Hello and welcome back to Stone Valley, where we are just farming and doing contracts. The last time we managed to hit our £1,000,000 harvest. Brilliant. But we do now have a ton of debt, because we've just been leasing equipment, just been doing contracts and doing our own fields. We do have quite a lot of land, which is good, but we don't really have any farm. So we need to get that sorted. And also, we need to sell some stuff. So if I look quickly on the pricing of everything, as you can see, straw, good price. Barley, very good price. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell. But before we sell, we're going to buy some stuff because I think we need a truck and trailer because it makes it easier. This truck's great. This trailer's great. 40,000, perfect for that. Loading into here. Right, but taking it to the actual selling point, nightmare. So what we're going to do is, I noticed this came up on sale. So we're going to buy this one. Like spare wheel, don't mind. And we will buy. That should pop up here. Yeah. Now, we need someone to pull that. And I'm thinking of something I've not used. I downloaded it ages ago and I've never used it. Hopefully it's a mod that works. This one. Now, I want to hit the plus because we do need a little bit more power. I find anything under 400 horsepower sometimes doesn't... Well, it's really slow. I want some speed. Now, it does go 74 miles an hour. It's only 35 grand, so we're going to buy that too. And we're keeping the cream colour because why not? So now we are ready to sell our barley. We also have to sell our straw. So whether we get the big... Well, no, will we just use a... We'll probably just use a normal tractor trailer for that instead of a truck trailer. But for now, we will get this sold and we'll see how much money it actually gets us, because it will show what our environmental score gives us. Because, have a couple of look. The same projected is like 270 for the barley. I'm thinking with the environmental score, we're going to easily hit 300. So let's... What am I doing here? Wrong buttons. I'm trying to close the... Open the cover. What button is it to open the cover? Z. Always changes. Always changes. Right, let's get this done. I'm just having a disaster trying to drop off my last set of bales. I kept pressing the wrong buttons when I tried to record, so they're now just kind of going everywhere. Yeah, we'll get all of these sort of just goofed off. That'll do it. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, so we got an extra 19,000 on what was predicted for our barley. We got 219,000. 290,000? 289,000 even. So not bad. Now I'm just getting these all put in and then we'll see what are... Oh god, we've got so many and they all fell off. Tried to reset it and then it just like... Yeah, it didn't really work. I don't know what I was trying to do really. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Just give me a 2 seconds. Just yeet these through. A few more to go and we'll be fine. See, it doesn't take that long to fix all my mistakes. It's the best bit about being on PC. You can actually fix your mistakes on Farming Simulator. The downside of being on console. You make a mistake, you've got to live with it for a few hours. Or more sometimes. I've been there. I have been there. Okay. What did we get to then? So, we started off with a grand total of 613,000. We got 145,000 from the bales, which we expected to get 130, so 145, 15 extra. But that's 24 extra than what we had. That's 424,000 we got from our barley harvest. That one field, 425. That's not bad. So the truck worked okay. I did have to lengthen it because it was a bit short. But what we're going to do now is, I think, like, so our loan is taking out 22,000 a month. I think we pay this one off. So that's 215. It makes it done. So now we're down to 20 grand a month, which is, I know it's not a massive amount different, but it's something. It's a little start, and we still got 500,000 there. We still have the 500,000 there. So I'll get this back to the farm. We'll get onto daylight. We'll see what other jobs we can maybe do in January. It's a bit thin pickings with contracts this time of the year. So we just have to kind of make do. But yeah, we'll get into January and see what we're up to. We were in January. There were no contracts to get done. There were a couple of ploughing ones, but there were terrible ploughs to borrow, and I just didn't really want to do them because there weren't much money. They were like 5,000 to do a massive area. It just didn't seem worth it. So what we've done is we've leased this plough. I have bought a lime spreader as well, actually. So we now own that lime spreader. We only need to lime 2 fields, which is the 2 newest fields we have, because they need lime. As you can see, this one is classed as bad, because it has not been looked after by the previous owner, as always. They should really watch my lime tutorial. So I've taken away one of the bits here so far, and we'll get the other bit done. But this area as well is our field. So I'm going to cut the trees down and just do a line here. So we're going to take back this bit. It gives us a little bit more space. And then we'll get rid of the other line that is through the field, which we can, if I open up the map here, you can see the big line through field 16 at the bottom, and then there's one at the top as well that we're going to deal with. Well, that is what we are doing. Boost the yield of this field. We are just taking back what we can use. So it will make it easier to harvest as well, because we don't have all those little bits to deal with. That's how we're spending January. There's no contracts, unfortunately, so we're not going to be making much money. We're just going to be spending money, which is never that good. Then hopefully there will be more money coming in. I've been thinking about what to do with the yard, and I'm not 100% sure what we need in terms of space, because we need to think of what equipment that we're going to routinely need. And I'm thinking that we are just going to be doing a lot of soybeans. So we only really need a planter, or a seeder, sorry. So I'm not sure if we need much more sort of shed space, or if we get different sheds. That's probably the only thing we're really going to need. So I think once we get this done, I'll have a think, and then we will get back in me is when we have maybe an idea. We might not have an idea, but we might get to the planting and just see what we're actually going to need to do for the yard. We got all our liming done of our fields, and that's a pretty much field prep. Those 2 fields getting limed is our field prep done. Now, there's not been any contracts that I can really do, and I built a shed. It doesn't quite fit our header in, but it fits the combine in. So the combine is nice and cozy, but the header's a bit, yeah. It kind of works. I've got my lime spreader over there. It took ages to do that massive field with this lime spreader, because it only takes 7,000 litres. I like how it does the really wide spread. It's just because the field was poor. The other field over there wasn't too bad, so it wasn't actually as bad to do. We got it done fairly quick. But that field was a nightmare. I can't even remember how many loads we had to do. What else have I done? What else have I... Oh, we looked at sprayers for the weeding. I think that's what we're going to buy as well. We're going to buy a weeder, seeder, and a roller. And that's all we really need. We don't really need anything else. Oh, mulcher. That's what I forgot about. We've not got a mulcher. We'll probably buy that then as well. But there's not much. So we'll probably get it all stored in here. This has been moved and abandoned. Like I got the spreader in here. You get the mulcher and the roller in here easily. And then a seeder in here. That door is quite narrow. But we'll see. It should be fine. So that's what we've been up to. So I'm now actually thinking like this area, which I did think before, is just make it into the field. Like have a line up here, running into the tree, and that'll be like our field cutoff. So I need to release the plough. I think that is what we're going to do just now, because we can't do anything else. I'm also debating whether just selling this trailer. I have used it once and I have not used it again since. There's not really any point in me using it. I think we'll get rid of that, and then we'll get this redone so that we've got some of this field, and then we can kind of crack on. But there's no contracts. I'll just quick show you the contract screen at the moment. So all we've got is like these supply and transport contracts. There's nothing really else. There's been some ploughing ones come up and some cultivating ones, but they're not really paying well because it's not for the bigger fields, and the implement that's used on one of the bigger fields was like not worth it. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting on our soybeans going up so we can sell them. Our money is slowly coming down because we are getting charged 20,000 a month. But we're not doing too bad right now. Not doing too bad. So we'll see what we buy and see what we lease. We have purchased one thing. We just need to see what else we actually purchase because we can't afford everything until July. So obviously the sprayer's not going to happen. When do we plant again? Is it June? May. So we need to see what the price of the soybeans is to see what else we can buy. We might not buy the seeder, we might just lease it. But yeah, we'll try and buy things just to sort of slowly build it up as well. Yeah, that is where we are at. So I'm going to get this bit done. And then we need to look at getting a mulcher so we can get the fields mulched. And then that's the field predominant. Can't believe I forgot about mulching. Billy Billy. Right, let's get on with this. I came to plough this bit up, and I forgot that I don't actually own this bit of land. And it's 189,000 to buy it. I don't think it's worth doing for 189,000 to be honest. I don't think it's worth it. So I've cut down the trees. Right now 189,000 is better spent on something else than this little bit of land. Which is annoying because we've leased this and yeah, we cut all the trees down. Oh well, let's get to mulching. So I'm about halfway through our planting of soybeans. Now, as you can see, we have a planter on the back. And it's our planter. We bought this. And it's a monster. Look at the size of it. It's massive. Honestly, it's huge. I can't remember what it's called. It's a John Deere one. I think it's like a 30-row planter. It's quite impressive. It gets stuff done very quickly. We're able to go at like 9 miles an hour, and I can't even remember how wide it is, but it's wide. It's very wide. It's not actually too awkward either, which is good for us. It's like the first thing of our little farm expansion. It seems like I can't get this bit yet. We do need to try and get... Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you are not concentrating when you drive, people. So concentrate when you drive. But you need to get these fields rolled because I'm aware it's like lunchtime now in game. This is only like... I started at 7 this morning in game, and it's only taken me till 12:30 to get 3 fields done. Because this thing's just a monster. Because it's so wide, it's just insane. It's insanely good. And I can pull it with this tractor. I did have to upgrade this tractor to 388 horsepower. But it works. It pulls it pretty good. Hills were a bit slow, but you're not talking crawl speed. You're talking a pretty good speed. So now I need a roller, because I want to get those fields rolled before I get planting the next couple. Just because I'm not sure how long it'll take to do the big one, and I want to have them all rolled and done one day, if you get what I mean. So we need to buy... I think I'm going to buy a roller. And I think it's this one we want to buy. This is the modded one. There is obviously the big one at 140,000. I think it's that one. But that's, yeah, maybe a bit out of our budget because we are losing 20 grand a month. So field roller, yes, and let's just buy it. Perfect. Did it? Yes, it spawned exactly where we want it. So I'm going to get those done. And that's another couple purchases for our farm. So the roller, I've not bought a mulcher. I had an issue with the mulchers that we were using. They were just, if we quickly go in the shop. Where are mulchers again? Oh, there we go. I tried this one. Terrible. It's just not good with an AI worker. I could not get it to work. It just kept spinning around once it got to the end of a row. It was quite annoying. Where's the other ones I've used before? I've used this one before, and it is pretty good. And this is the one I reverted back to using, which I've used many times before. It's pretty solid, does leave some edges, bits of the edges and things, but it's not terrible, and for the price of it, it's not too bad. But I'm just not sure what mulcher I want to buy. There is the roller option for one of those rollers to make it into a mulcher. We might go with that. Yeah, we've got our equipment pretty good. We've got our roller planter and our lime spreader. And also got our truck. We're not doing too bad for equipment. It's just we need maybe do some with the trailer. Maybe upgrade this at some point, but we're not quite there yet. Yeah, we're just going to keep cracking on. Get these fields all planted and all rolled. And then we'll be in a better place because we'll be in July almost, and then we can get some money in, and then we'll see what we'll do maybe with possibly spending the 200,000 to get this done. I do really kind of want to do it, it's just, yeah, I wanted to wait till we get planted and stuff. So yeah, let's crack on. So we've made it to August. We have been busy farmers. We got all of our fields planted, which didn't actually take too long with that massive planter that we have. We got them rolled and we got them spot sprayed. I purchased the roller and it's a nice small 50-meter one. It's just in here next to the spreader. This is that one. It's very good. It's the modded one, so it goes a little bit faster, which is also much better than going at 7 miles an hour. Yeah, we managed to get 850,000 from selling our soybeans. We almost got it right at the peak of price of what it should be. We actually went past the price it tells you in the menu of 2250. We went up to 2280. Pretty good. And then our contracts have been not too bad. Managed to get quite a few fertilizer ones done, which are, in my opinion, the best ones, and a couple of harvest ones. So we've been not doing too badly with the old money. What I've done is I have purchased this area, which cost me 190,000. Now we don't need it for any of the sheds or anything anymore because we've got enough sheds, I think, down here for the equipment. There's not much else we need to buy. Maybe a mulcher, maybe a spot spray weeder, and potentially I'm thinking about getting another harvester, but I'm not sure because that means we have to double up on tractors. That's further down the line. I want to get this converted into a field once we get harvested, so we can just make our field a little bit bigger, which is fine. 190,000 to do that's not too bad when we've got all the money that we have just now. The next sort of quandary I have is, which I'm going to show you just briefly. We still have two outstanding loans. Our first outstanding loan is at almost 690,000 and it's got a nice low interest rate, and we've got our other secondary million loan that is 892. Now we are pulling in just over, well, last time it was just over $1 million. I think this time will be a bit more than that. I think it might be 1.2, maybe 1.3 at most $1 million this harvest. So we're getting close to paying it all off. Then is, do we expand more now? Like we could get another couple fields. Field 14 and field 11 are kind of on my radar. Not that one now because it's got sugar. That looks like it's got sugar beet in it. We don't want to buy that one. This one's got corn in it. We'd been releasing a header, but we'd have some corn to sell. So you don't know. How much are they actually? That was only 700,000. It's whether we buy that instead of paying off our loan just now, and then we can pay off the loan next year and just keep expanding. I'm kind of in two minds what to do, unless we pay off some of the loan and buy that, because we do all have like 300,000 left once we buy it. I'm just not sure. Can't pay off that much of the loan though, that's the problem. But I think it's probably going to be best to get that, because we will get a decent... Is it growing? Let's just check if it's growing so we can get the crop in it. We will. Okay, I think that is our play. I think we're going to buy this. We'll have to get the soil map for it. It's not going to be fantastic, but it will be not terrible. Not terrible at all. Okay, that was the quick decision made then. And then I think we will pay off. So we're paying 20,000 a month. We are trying to cover that by doing contracts each month, but let's say we don't some months and say we need to do 10,000 a month. We have 300,000, that's 30 months. I don't need 30 months, I only need 12, so I need 120. I think we can comfortably pay off 200,000 of this one. And now we are down 1.3 left to pay off. We don't have any money in our bank, but you know, we're getting there. So now we just need to get cracking on and get these harvested as well and see how we get on with that. So that snap decision kind of made, we just need to get harvesting done and get our crop in. And I genuinely think we can pay off the loan once we get this harvested, because 1.3 is attainable, I think, with what we've now got in the ground. And then that would mean we can be loan free by next year. So let's see what we get brought in from our harvest. That is our harvest all done. We just got it done in time before it withered. It was quite tight. I left it on 5 times and it was like, with our one harvester, but we got there. We got there and we had a pretty good haul. So I'll quickly show you what we got. As you can see, we got 557,000 litres of soybeans from our fields, 1.2 million, maybe a little bit more. We'll see what price we get. If we got the same price as last year, that'll be up over 1.3. And then on a cornfield that we got $126,000 worth, or 140,000 litres. Pretty good going for that field. I did forget that I had done 2 contracts to fertilise that field as well, so the yield was really good. Now, with all that being sold at a good price, at the best price we can possibly get, we should be able to clear our loans, because it's at 316. Obviously, we're going to have a few more months until we get to the point where we can sell this stuff. Yeah, we should be able to clear the loans with everything that we sell. And if we keep cracking on with our contract, we're definitely going to be sort of well into the green and making our own profit instead of paying for our loan, which will then mean we can expand the farm even further with all the money that we bring in. Yeah, we've done pretty well. We've reached our goals that we thought we were going to reach. I'm not quite near the 10 million in the bank yet. I don't know if we're going to strive for that. I think it'll be quite grindy and take me quite a lot of time to get there. We may do it in the background, I'm not too sure. But I think this is probably going to be the end of the series for now. We may come back, but I'm not 100% sure. The last thing I want to do is I want to get this bit all ploughed up, so we've kind of finished what said we'd do in terms of the prep for this area. We need to lease a plough. So my go-to plough is always this one for whenever I want to create a field. There's not really anything better, so it's just the easiest one to do for creating a field. You'll go, oh, that's cheating. Well, that's fair enough. You want to say that, you can, but for creating a field, this one is probably the best one. If you were doing ploughing through your whole process, you maybe want to be a bit more realistic and use like a chisel plough, like a proper chisel plough, wider one or something like that. You can see, but for this purpose, this is what we're using. We have to go over here, and then we have to set it to allow fields, just so we can actually do this properly. Now, I've got a loose idea of where we want to like take it to. I do want to leave some space. Like take 2 of this, because we tried this last year, remember, and we couldn't get it done because we didn't own this land. It's fantastic. I forgot about that. Now we can. Let's tidy up that roadway because we don't really need it. Now, I do want to leave like a tractor's width, so that probably where we want to come to. So the one harvester did get all our fields done, but it was quite a struggle. So there would definitely, if we expand more or get another field, a harvester is definitely needed. Even for this amount of fields, we would probably start looking at another harvester. It's just a bit too neat. Like round this corner off here. Just like, yeah, I was struggling massively. It was like non-stop. We were trying to tip on the go and everything. That was just, yeah, a bit of a mad blast. It was fun though, towards the end, because you're like, trying to panic and get everything done, but it did take a long time. The good thing is you're not having to run the part a lot because the yield's not good on soybeans, but it did take quite a while. See, that's what happens when you get to like decent money coming in. You've got tons of decisions to make on farming simulator. That first little bit where you're just wanting to grind away and make money and all that stuff is fun and a bit frantic. But then you get to this point, you can kind of sit back and make some good decisions, or decisions that'll make your life easier. You can still make good money. You might not make as much money as you want to make, but it makes your life easier, which is sometimes the better bit of it. Okay, that is that job all done. I'm just going to park this up over here, and then I want to get and paint some of this just so it looks a bit more like it should. Crash into a building. Nothing wrong with that. I just want to make this look a bit more sort of natural, as in terms of there's no random paths coming onto it. So obviously there was a building here. There's not anymore. We have gotten rid of that building. Here I want to maybe make it not so thick, because we're going to have vehicles turning here. I might even make that bit a little bit less intrusive. Something I'll pull out here. And that is a job well done, I believe. We've obviously shortened our yard massively. We've taken over this, but we could maybe tidy this up a little bit. But no, I think it looks pretty good. Now that is going to be us for this series. As I say, we may come back and visit, but it'll be kind of a different. It won't be like a part 5 or anything. It'll just be, we'll be back on here doing something maybe. I have thoroughly enjoyed Stone Valley. It has, yeah, it's a bit different than the previous Stone Valley on FS19 if you played it. And I would highly suggest you get on this map and give it a go. With all that being said, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And I will see you again doing something I don't know. But we'll be back. See you there. Goodbye.